Hello, my friend, and welcome to Wisdom Trek. This is Guthrie Chamberlain, and I'm your guide to wisdom and creating a living legacy. Thank you for joining us for our 7-day-a-week, 7 Minutes of Wisdom podcast. This is day 347 of our trek, and last week we began a detailed series which was originally introduced in January called Your Life Plan Blueprint. We have synthesized this information into a 100-page PDF manual workbook which contains all forms needed to create and maintain your personal life plan. This initial release of our manual workbook is available for download at wisdom-trek.com on the left-hand sidebar of any page. Or if you are listening on your smartphone, you can text the word Life Plan with no spaces to 44222 and your life plan will be delivered to you automatically in an email. This manual workbook is free during the month of May, so I encourage you to become one of our early adopters so that all updates will be available to you free also. By the end of 2016, we will have a complete web mobile version available of your Life Plan Blueprint. Thank you so much for coming along with me as we trek through each page of your Life Plan Blueprint. If you would like to listen to any of the past episodes, please go to wisdom-trek.com to listen to them and to read the daily journal, which also contains pictures. You can subscribe to Wisdom Trek on iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and Google Play so that each day's trek will be downloaded to you automatically. We are broadcasting from our studios at Home 2 in Charlotte, North Carolina. We have made some good progress on our projects this week, but there is still certainly much to keep us busy. We are looking forward to having our grandson Kip stay with us on Thursday night and Friday, as his parents will be out of town for that evening. We will be dropping him back off at home as we head north for Marietta on Friday evening. At the end of May, we will be completing a full year of our daily treks, and this brings us to a reflection point on what direction to take Wisdom Trek starting June 1st. We have a lot of projects in the planning stages, all of which take time. We do want to make sure that our impact is as effective as possible, so I need your assistance on how best to serve you. Please email me at guthrie@venturecg.com or leave a comment at the bottom of today's journal and let me know if you would like us to continue Wisdom Trek on a 7-day, 5-day, or 3-day per week schedule. Also, let me know if you'd like any changes in the format of our daily trek. Thank you so much in advance for your feedback. But it's now time to get started on our 9th day of your Life Plan Blueprint workbook. If you did miss any of the previous days of this series, they are available at wisdom-trek.com. Today we'll finish up our in-depth analysis of the purpose of goals within your Life Plan Blueprint and then briefly touch a little bit on my personal trek. So let's get started. If you are following along in the manual workbook, we will first cover page 17, the 6th purpose of goals, which is to live your best life. Goals ensure you get the best of your life for 2 reasons. First, by becoming a better person. Your newfound knowledge and abilities let you experience more out of the same life events compared to the previous you. Your worldview and knowledge should be different now versus 10 years ago. You should see life with much more clarity, depth, and perspective today than you did in the past. What may seem like a simple occurrence in the past holds a lot more meaning to a more knowledgeable and wiser person that you are today. And second, time passes in our life, whether we want it to or not. Time is the only thing in life that is truly finite. Goals with specific measures and deadlines integrated into your Life Plan Blueprint ensure that you are maximizing your output and experience during the time that God has granted you here on earth. If you have already discovered your life purpose, your goals will ensure that you get the best out of your purpose. Compare your life to a trek in the mountains. When you identify your purpose for being on your trek of life, you get clarity on the direction to travel in. However, without specifying an exact destination and time frame, there's no way to measure or benchmark your progress. It has been said, if you don't know where you're going, then any trail will get you there. Goals provide insights to the trails that we need to travel to ensure that we are maximizing our lives for all the best that it can offer us. And I like the saying by Maya Angelou, which said, do the best that you can until you know better. When you know better, do better. As you begin designing the framework for your life plan, ask yourself, what are my goals for the upcoming 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, and the next 7 years? Your Life Plan Blueprint begins with the end in mind by establishing your 7-year purpose for life, which is your foundation, and then building the structure of goals on that foundation. Start by taking the time today to determine your life purpose and then write down a few of your goals, your dreams, and your aspirations for your life plan to fulfill your life purpose. By starting this process, I can guarantee that you will definitely experience more growth as a person. By just spending a few minutes to articulate some of your aspirations that you have in your mind, you will experience more progress in your life a year from now than if you don't do it. We will get into the how-to details as we learn and implement the blueprint. When we do our part in the planning and goal-setting process, God will provide you the direction as it is written in Psalms chapter 32, verse 8. I will guide you along the best pathway for your life. I will advise you and watch over you. Now let's move on to a brief look at my personal trek, which is located on page 18 of the manual workbook, before we jump into the framework for your life plan blueprint. As we continue to consider some of the preliminary concepts of your life plan blueprint and setting some successful goals that make up the life planning process, I thought it would be helpful to share some of my own experiences. I have set up and pursued many different goals and goal programs throughout my life, and while I have utilized some different types of goal-setting processes, which I will discuss in the next section, those processes really did not include all the information that was needed to create a blueprint for a life plan. They focused on actions and some habit changes without getting to the root of the need for changing the way that you think, which is the only way that we can ensure lasting change. I do tend to be disciplined and driven, so I was able to achieve many of my goals that I set out to complete even under these other plans. I was able to lose 30 pounds from my heaviest weight, and I do exercise extensively at least 5 days per week, and I generally eat healthy and try to maintain good physical condition. I also spend time each day in meditation, prayer, the study of the Bible, and positive business training. Many of the goals that I set I have accomplished through hard work and perseverance. In recent years, though, I had to add to the crucial element of goal setting, which is life planning. All the recent milestones that I've been able to achieve have been driven by a change in the way that I thought my life and the legacy that I wanted to live each day. This is the reason why I've taken some of the best concepts of goal setting, life planning, and changing the way you think, and have created Wisdom Trek's Life Plan Blueprint. I am fully aware that much of this information that I share in this course is not new or necessarily original, but as Isaac Newton is quoted as saying, "If I have seen further than others, it's by standing upon the shoulders of giants." I have curated much of this information from my mentors that have gone before me and then added my own life experiences and integrated a good dose of wisdom from the scripture to design Wisdom Trek's Your Life Plan Blueprint. All of us should use the good advice of others when making plans, as Proverbs chapter 15:22 tells us. Plans go wrong for lack of advice. Many advisors bring success. Also in Proverbs chapter 20 verse 18, it says, "Plans succeed through good counsel. Don't go to war without wise advice." Although life planning may not be the same as going to war, in some ways it is a great analogy. We are at war with a life lived with mediocrity and complacency, but we can have the victory of a rich and satisfying life where we create and live our legacy each day and make a positive impact on our world. We need to conquer the limiting beliefs that hold us back with the proper strategy and plans. As a lifelong entrepreneur, I realized that there were certain strategies for companies that are successful long-term. As I analyzed and refined this information, it allowed me to build a framework for life planning and goal setting built around the foundation of fulfilling your life purpose. These same basic strategic principles can be applied to all 7 areas of our will of life, which we will explore in detail in an upcoming section of your Life Plan Blueprint. So for today, you explored the final purpose on your pursuit of goals, which is to live your best life. Then I shared a bit on my personal trek on the creation of your Life Plan Blueprint. This foundation that we formed with the purpose of your goals will allow you to gain the solid footing needed on your trail of life so that you can properly create your life plan. Tomorrow we will start to dig into the actual heart of life planning as we look at an introduction to the Wesper framework and an overview of your will of life, which are located on pages 19 through 21 of your life plan manual and workbook. If you haven't done so already, please download it today. So encourage your friends and family to join us and then come along with us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, creating a legacy. That will finish our trek for today. Just as you enjoy these daily doses of wisdom, we ask you to help us to grow Wisdom Trek by sharing it with your family and friends through email, Facebook, Twitter, or in person when you meet with them, and invite them to come along with us each day. The journal for today's trek is available at wisdom-trek.com. Thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, I am your friend, as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal each day. As we take this trek together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and leave a living legacy each day. This is Guthrie Chamberlain reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you tomorrow.